Hi there. My name is Monica, and I am doing a review of a food service I've been using for almost a year. So, this is not your typical review of a food service. I'm just going to give you a little bit of my backstory and the reason why I'm reviewing today. So, I am a teacher, and uh, you know, COVID happened. And before COVID happened, um, living a life as a teacher, you kind of spend a lot of time at school, a lot of time doing, work behind the scenes, even when you're not in the building. So I fell into some bad habits, as most teachers and really, really overworked people tend to be. And that one habit that I had, and this before COVID, was to pick up takeout on the way home from work because sometimes I would leave work around 5, but then I get up in the morning at 5 a.m. I have to be at work at 7 in the building. So when most people are waking up in the mornings, I'm already at work. So I work full 12 plus days, hour days. And yeah, and so the habit was, even though, I tried my best to choose healthy places to go to, it always ended up being some of the same places where you end up picking up the bad foods on the way home, and you just eat it because you just don't have time or the energy to even try to cook. I did things like meal prep before, but it just never really seemed to work out the way that I would like it to have worked out. Again, spending all weekend meal prepping, that's the time that I would need, to relax. So I knew I needed to try something different because I care about my health and my longevity in my job. So I was started to research over the summer. Then COVID happened. Sorry, COVID happened, and then we spent almost a whole year online. And so again, I was at home and able to cook and things like that. Every once in a while, again, still picking up that takeout. Trying to support restaurants that are closed and things like that. But it wasn't doing too great on my health. So when we were uh, coming back live and in person as a teacher, I knew I needed to change some things as far as like food habits. So one of those things was I need to, do something different. Like I need to do something different. So I started researching meal services, and through my research, I knew there were different ones. I don't want to name others, but there were different ones that offered all the ingredients and you still had to cook. There were some that, quite honestly, just kind of pricey. And again, teachers don't make that much money. So um, I found a service that has been so wonderful. And I only thought I was going to actually do it for a little while because there was also the idea of me remodeling. I was going to start remodeling, so my kitchen was shut down. So I had to do something. So yeah, so I chose this particular company called Freshly. And there was many selling points, and I'm going to show you some other things online, the back end later in just a moment. But one of the selling points was that these meals were, of course, pre-made and portioned out, and flavorful at the same time. So they are gluten-free. They are, like I said, portion control, sized. Um, they also have the international cuisine flair that I like. So it wasn't like just basic food, basic American food. Um, there are, some dishes, and then there's some specialty dishes, and then there's even the feature of chef curated dishes. Like there's, some famous chefs that also have contributed to certain meals, and they come in and out with the menu that Freshly offers. So I do want to show you at least two of, well, let me show you the regular, and then I'll show you the specialty. So um, I don't have a particularly special diet, but there are different things on the website that when you're there, you can look at. And if you're a vegetarian, if you're vegan, it's all for you. But I'm just going to show you what I have. This is the peppercorn. Okay. The packaging is awesome. It comes, now this is how it comes when it's being delivered. So you get to choose your day of delivery. They have their own delivery service. So it's not like you waiting on the FedEx, or you're not waiting on, you know, the truck or whatever. They have their own service. And they text you about the time range as to when to expect your delivery. And they're timely about that too. So they might give you a window, but the window is actually, of course, courtesy, because they come and they come on time. Like I've only had maybe one situation where a food delivery did not come on that day, and it was due to a storm, of all things, of course, So they are very reliable. And then they compensated me for those meals because they never made it. So again, packaging is awesome. They come in recyclable materials. They are, like I said, portioned out. They give you calorie, information, and ingredient information. The website also. They give you the, the warming up tips, and oh yeah. So yes, they're pretty mindful. So that's just the regular, and I chose peppercorn steak this time around. The I will say, yeah, so when they make this food, things like the green beans, they're not mushy. They're crunchy, y'all. They're crunchy. So they freeze, I'm sure they, their method of freezing is awesome. And so, yeah, so there is the specialty, the chef specials. And sometimes they come, I think that the way that they make them, they showcase them, and then they take them away. So this is one that had been on kind of when I first started, and then they took it away for a while, and then they brought it back. So the Bbq Bison Burger, I'll talk about the affordability in a moment, but this was my first time being able to try bison meat, only because it was so affordable. And I like the idea of just having fresh and curated foods here. So yeah, really like these so far. I started in, I want to say August, so it's almost been a year. And like I said, I probably thought I was going to do it for about 2 months, and I was like, well, hey, this is pretty nice, and it keeps me out of the kitchen after a long day at school. I'm like, I just want to come home and chill for a little bit. Food's warming up, and it's fresh, healthy, delicious food. Okay, so I'll show you my behind the scenes when I'm on the website, because I've even gotten my students into it. I tell them I just order my food every week. Now that we are in a situation where food supplies are not as available to us, and that yet another reason why I kept going with it is because when you go into the grocery stores, you're not finding everything that you would like to find. So there's that. So let's take a look at what I have behind the scenes. So this is the back end of Freshly. Once you become, you subscribe as a member of the service, you are currently looking at what they offer. Um, the menu does switch out, as you can see that they've got gluten-free, dairy-free, plant-based um, things. Um, Most of their meals, calorie-wise, if you're interested, range between about 400 to about 700 calories per meal. And they offer, you know, like a hearty amount of vegetables. I don't do a lot of pasta myself, but yeah, a lot of the dishes that I do end up getting involve a meat and a vegetable. And yeah, the vegetable portions are just as robust as the meat portions. You can also, I guess, just get sides if that's your pleasure. So they do offer just things like the mashed potatoes and the macaroni. They do offer just the protein if you're interested. So yeah, you can totally make this what you want. Um, but yeah, so super excited. So they do try new dishes and they want feedback about them all. Let's see. Something I have not tried. Ooh, the Moroccan spice harissa chicken. Let's click on that. Let's take a look. So in this, yeah, they give you the information about the meal. They tell you what exactly is in it. They tell you of the seasonings that they put in it. Obviously no preservatives. It's frozen, so that's your preservative, frozen food. They give you the nutritional facts here. Um, yeah, so anything that you are curious about when it comes to the meal, um, they provide that information the uh, in the menu. So let's see. I'm going to choose a different one. Ooh. Looking at the pesto cauliflower shells. So again, they're telling you exactly what's in the meal. If there's more ingredients, as you can see, yes, they're telling you everything, what's in it. Okay, and they're giving you the nutritional facts. Let me scroll down a little more. So again, everything that you could possibly want and need to know about the meal, they tell you, and that is so much better, in my opinion, than ordering takeout, because you really kind of don't know what they're putting into your food when they're cooking it, or what they're cooking it next to, that kind of thing. um, and again, this is the international flair that I also like too, with the they have things like falafel, they have Thai noodles also. um, yeah, so a lot of flavor. Okay, so I don't want anybody saying that this is, it's not boring. You know, you could definitely switch it up a lot with what you like and what you want to try. Now, on average, the meals, they come in different price points based on what your lifestyle is like. Maybe you just want a couple of days a week that you just don't want to cook, or maybe you're just like, I just can't. So there are different price points here. So all right, so hopefully you enjoyed that little tour, and I hope this gives you a lot of information about Freshly. Again, love Freshly. I do, and I like to cook and I like food. So I'm loving their meals. I'm feeling spoiled about not necessarily having to go into the kitchen to cook. Um, so yeah, it's been a wonderful experience using this service, and I hope if you have any questions, put them below, ask away. I don't plan on ending them anytime soon, simply because you know every once in a while we need to spoil ourselves. I think life is too short, and I'm a busy person, so we need to eat well and be well. And yeah, thanks for watching.